Hello friends, I'm down here on the south end of State Street in Augusta, Kansas, and I'm excited to tell you about this auction that we have coming up. It's right in the revitalization district, so there's lots of NRP possibilities that go along with that neighborhood revitalization project. And this part of downtown is really being brought back. So I want you to look at this. There's a lot of opportunity. It's a very versatile building, but the interesting part is this got a whole business ready to go inside now. Come on in with me, and I want to show you this because it is very, very interesting. We're at 324 State Street, the old Quality Craft building, and this was owned by Charlie Ilsley. A lot of you will know him. And he was a jack of all trades. Charlie did a little bit of everything. He repaired bicycles, fixed windows, woodworking. I mean, you name it, Charlie could do it. He has turned this over to the executor, and the executor says it has to go. So we're selling the real estate and everything in it. Now, you won't be able to see it all unless you go online at SouthRealty.com and look at the Matterport and all the pictures we've taken and stuff. But we have walls of bolt bins, there's wire ties, there's brass fixtures, there's everything you can imagine. There's hammer handles, tools, it just goes on and on. There's heaters, wrapping tape, trailer hitches, just anything and everything is in this building. Frankly, you could move right in here and start your business today if you wanted to, or you can liquidate it. We don't care. It's going to go all in one piece. Like I said, the real estate and everything in it. There's several toolboxes, maybe 7 or 8, 10 of those. They're sitting all over, full of tools, boxes and boxes of hardware. We have sanders. This cabinet right here is an antique cabinet. It's got knives and all kinds of neat things in it. First aid kits, scissors, hatchets, more toolboxes here. There's a drum sander, scroll sander, and all the drums that go with it. Up there is a fastener attaching kit that uses a 22 pistol rounds to attach fasteners into concrete. I mean, this place has got a little bit of everything. He built signs. There's a lot of sign material in here and old signs. If you look back over my shoulder back up there, there's a couple old signs. Prairie State Bank, which hadn't been with us for several years. If you like stuff like I do, you're going to be on this like a Doberman on a sausage wagon. This is one neat auction. There's wrenches, hammers, antiques of all kinds. Every time we go through, we find another antique stuck somewhere. We just can't even get under all of this stuff. There's pipe wrenches. I think we found 12 routers. There's a whole collection of church keys, beer can openers with the marketing labels on them. Those are very interesting. There's a really neat anvil, another bunch of toolboxes. There's power tools of all sorts, sanders, jigsaws, skill saws, you pick it, it's here. Back down this aisle is more nuts and bolts. I've went through them. There's brass, stainless steel, there's brass brazing rods. I mean, just the cabinets themselves are worth several $100s. It is amazing. Then you come on back into the second part of it. We have back in this part and outside in the storage sheds, there are hundreds of board foot of kiln dried lumber, walnut, oak, ash, hickory, you pick it. Charlie did a lot of lathe work to help rebuild antiques, so he needed that wood and he's got tons of it. We have sheet cutters. We have a glass repair station over there. We have a scroll saw right over there. It goes on and on. There are more routers. Right here is a router that follows a jig so that you can replicate. It's a replication router so that you can make replicas in wood. Maybe if you're making a wood sign, several of them, you want them to look the same, you can use that router and the pin will replicate one correct routing after another. More tools back in here, more toolboxes, jointers, planers, routers, pipes, pipe clamps, C-clamps. We have clamps for working on tin and sheet metal clamps and the clamps that they use to build. I want to show you one of the most amazing lathes I've seen. I love to lathe. I build duck calls and do things like that, but this lathe right here is an old Oliver lathe. That motor is so smooth. When you run it, it'll run and run and run. He sat here and did lots of antique work on it. That is one super duper lathe right there. Paint shaking station. We have buffer wheels, table saws, cutoff saws, several types of sanders, drum disc sanders. Here's another disc sander right here. I see another router on a router table right there. There's a planer right over there. There's an Oliver joiner around the corner. We have a rack of copper wire in the back room where we're not going to go, but they're on the pictures at www.sudethrealty.com. This entire rack of copper wire. There's copper piping, copper fittings, brass piping and fittings. It goes on and on. There's table saws, skill saws. We have down here, you can't see it because it's under everything, an old antique carpenter workbench with the vices on it, the clamps and everything. It's ready to go. Another drill press. We have an industrial bandsaw, another big drum sander back over here. There's air compressors. Here's a Powermatic lathe, and those also are very, very expensive lathes. Powermatic, they are just as smooth as the Oliver. Well, that one's not as smooth as the Oliver. The Oliver is as smooth as it gets. Anyway, what I want you to do is jump online at sudethrealty.com, look at the Matterport, look at the videos, look at the pictures, look at everything that goes here. We're selling it all in one piece. The real estate, which is very valuable in its own sense here in downtown Augusta at 324 South State, but everything in it goes one price. So if you're looking for the lottery ticket of the year, this one is it. This one is a payout. There's no way to lose with this one. Anyway, give us a call if you have any questions. Jump online and check everything out and win this, because there is boundless opportunity. I mean, everybody that's looked at it's had a different idea, and I'm sure you'll have your own. Anyway, as always, get with me, have a question, go online at www.sudethrealty.com and check it out. And as always, I want you to have a blessed day.